Hi everyone, welcome to Story Time today. Today's story is by, I, I think, yes, I'm pretty sure, my favourite children's illustrator. So for stories for children, just my favourite illustrator for stories. And her name is Bronwyn Bancroft. She's from northern New South Wales, so not too far from where I grew up. So the art style is in Indigenous style, but she is half Aboriginal and half Scottish and Polish. So her influences come from all over the place, but I just love her illustrations and the way she brings so many things to life. And it is in the style of where she grew up, so in northern New South Wales. So art, like song, like language, is very unique to the different areas for Indigenous peoples, and Bronwyn Bancroft is no different. So let's have a look. This story is called Why I Love Australia. Why I Love Australia. Why I Love Australia. And there's an acknowledgement here. It says, as I painted the landscapes of this book, it was as though I was travelling through the countries of other language groups. I wish to acknowledge the Aboriginal people who are custodians of these countries and to their descendants, past and present. That's by Bronwyn Bancroft. Why I Love Australia. Big rivers shaped by mystical beings, flowing from the mountains to the seas. Boab tree families, bountiful in shape, standing on the plains. Floating fields of billowing grasslands where eagles soar. Suburban homes that chatter under a patchwork of rooftops. Waves that pound beaches and make patterns with driftwood and shells. The soft edges of crusted salt pans that create drawings on the land. Modern city lights like a jewelled necklace adorning an ancient landscape. The twisted trees and sandy soil of the bushland scrub in springtime. Bush cricket played on ants' nests pitches, with friends and family, anytime, any town. Beams of secret light and strong warrior trees of the rainforest. Gorges that plummet into serpentine shadows. Wow. Cloaks of white that drape the rocky crags of snowy mountains. Learning the desert sky by the warmth of an open fire. Shards of rainbow and swaying tentacles of watery light in a coral reef. Nice. And on the back here, it's got just a little bit more information. It says, on each of the pictures in the book, you'll see a picture of a person holding a coolamon, which is this little one here. It's a kind of wooden bowl with smoke drifting out of it. The picture represents the performance of the traditional Australian Aboriginal smoking ceremony. There is an understanding that exists amongst Aboriginal people that one should show respect for another person's language group, area or country. It's considered essential to pay tribute to the ancestors of another Aboriginal person's traditional lands. One way of showing this respect is by taking part in a smoking ceremony. Smoking ceremonies clear away negative energy, and they're usually conducted by a traditional elder, often using smouldering eucalyptus leaves in a coolamon. The smoke can be used to cleanse a space or to cleanse the land, and it can also be used for cleansing individual. People can walk through the smoke to immerse themselves in it, or they can wave the smoke into their faces so they get the maximum benefit from its cleansing effect. The person you see on each page is the host to each of these landscapes. He wishes you well as you visit his country and make your acknowledgements to the ancestors and elders past and present of each place. So that's what this one is on each of the pages. Maybe you can go back through and have a look at them on each page. So that was Why I Love Australia by Bronwyn Bancroft. Maybe you can think of a reason why you love Australia and maybe share it with somebody. You can share it with me or your teacher, or just share it with somebody near you. That's lovely. So that was Why I Love Australia by Bronwyn Bancroft, my favourite illustrator. Thanks everyone. See you next time.